everyone, in this video I'm going to show you my most recent 3Doodler creations and explain a little bit about how I made everything too. If you don't know what the heck this thing is, it's a 3D printing pen. It uses melted plastic, kind of like a hot glue gun, and it allows you to create drawings in 3D. If you happen to be new to my channel, welcome. I post 2 videos every single week, one on Friday and one on Sunday. I do wreck this journal currently. So if you think this kind of stuff is cool, please join the family by clicking the subscribe button below. And if you happen to enjoy this video after watching, then please give it a thumbs up to let me know and help it get spread to the YouTube world. It does help. I would appreciate the click. P.S. Leave feedback below about how my audio sounds right now. I just got a new microphone and I feel like I have a lot of kinks I can still iron out with the quality of the sound and the background noise and everything. I live by a really busy road and I feel like it's heightening that sound right now. So I apologize for the traffic you will probably hear in the voiceover. I'm going to try and fix that in my upcoming videos, so just bear with me please. Now let's get into the 3Doodling! Doodling! In this video, I'm using the 3Doodler version 2.0. If you're not familiar with this product and want to learn more about it, I did a non-sponsored review and I will link that below if you want to learn how to use it and more about it. This video is all about me creating things, so I'm not going to get into the technicalities of the pen. We're just going to start off with these little ice creams. You can see I already did the little ice cream mound for the blue one and now I'm working on the lime green. I created a circle flat against the paper that I'm working on and filled that in by just putting lines of the plastic across. Then to give a little bit of texture around the edges, I did a kind of zigzaggy squiggle motion, and I continued building height by just going around and around on the same circle. So I'm just building that up by making circle upon circle and trying to bring that in so it makes more of a hill shape than a can shape, if that makes sense. Basically, this circle is getting smaller every time, and it's more of an oval because it's really not a perfect circle, but ice cream is not a perfect circle, so we're trying to make this look kind of realistic as I can anyway, because I'm not very experienced with using a 3D printing pen yet. Even though I've had this for a while, I haven't used it much. So if you're kind of just starting out like me, the ice cream is definitely an easy-ish thing to make. If you make it bigger, it'll be easier. The little ones are a little tricky. Once the plastic hardens, which doesn't take long at all, you're just going to remove it from the paper. And if you work on a piece of paper with plastic on top or a piece of tape, it'll come off easier. But it doesn't really matter to me that a little bit of paper got stuck to the bottom. If you want to remove it, you could probably get rid of it with water. I'm not positive, I didn't try, but it would make sense. So the reason that I say making a smaller ice cream versus a larger one would be trickier is because you have to hold the ice cream scoop in your fingers. And one, this could be kind of dangerous because you can feel the heat coming from the pen. And two, it is difficult to make miniatures if you're not used to that sort of thing. I have a lot of experience making clay miniatures, which I've done for years now, so this isn't really anything too different for me. The process of making the cone is very similar to that of the ice cream scoop because you're just going to go around and build up that circle, but you want to also create a shape of a cone, so every time you put on a new layer you want it to go in a little bit. So I finished that one off camera and I'm starting a purple one now. I did 4 different colors, all pastel, and they're super cute. Here's how I go about shaping the bottom point of the cone. I use the heat from the pen to kind of drag the plastic into a point. I really like the shape of the cones on the purple and pink, and I think that the ice cream scoop on the pink and blue turned out the best. The green one, he's okay. I guess he's the odd guy out. If you're into making little fake foods that are adorable, then you could also try this cupcake that I made in the first video. There wasn't a tutorial on it, but it's fairly similar to the process of the ice cream. For the next creation, I'm going to be bringing in other elements such as a clay pot. I got these mini ones from I think Michael's or Hobby Lobby, And what I'm going to do is use this as a base and just cover it with the plastic. I had planned to go around with lines the entire time and just rotate and keep covering it like a swirl basically, but it's not as easy as you would think. Look at the plastic is just going all over, and I have it on the slowest setting. It's just not as easy as I thought it would be to make a nice uniform texture on this. So I just covered it however I wanted basically, and then I decided to flatten it and smooth it out with the tip of the pen. And I will warn you, this takes a long time. Be very careful if you do this because it's easy to burn yourself. The tip did touch my skin a couple times and it did not feel good, but no major burns or anything, so don't worry. But I still don't recommend that you guys accidentally burn yourself. So the smoothing is 100% optional. It's just all based on your personal preference, how you want the texture of the pot to look, or the base of the gumball machine, I mean. Next, I'm using a glass ornament. I got these from Michael's and they were 40 or 60% off because I got them when Christmas clearance was going on a couple years ago. This is going to be the globe of the gumball machine. I'm using hot glue to attach it. I figure that hot glue is the best because it's hot like the plastic, and I don't think that super glue works good on ceramics because it's porous and it might just kind of like be soaked into the pot, so I thought the hot glue would be the best. I put the opening on top, as you can see, so I can fill it with polymer clay gumballs, and you can do this with any type of little fake gumball that you want. You can see I have little plastic gems in the other one. And by the way, if you guys don't recognize these gumball machines, I made a tutorial like 3 years ago. I could be wrong on how long ago it was, but they're polymer clay, and this is one of my favorite charm tutorials that I've ever made. Well, not really a charm, more of like a figure or a sculpture, but I'll link that video below as well if you guys are interested in learning how to make these. After filling that with gumballs, then I covered the top to make a little lid. I tried to make it look like the polymer clay lids, but it's a little bit harder to work with melted plastic in my opinion than it is to work with clay. And I do kind of think it looks like a winter hat. So cute. But in reality, winter is almost over and I'm so thankful. I am ready for the sun. Ohio's too cold for me. Too cold. I also added the little knob and the gumball door at the bottom, the metal parts, and I just used gray plastic for those. If you want to make this out of 100% plastic filament, you can go for it. Just don't put the pot at the beginning and make the base your own, just all from scratch. And also, you could make the circle for the globe yourself too. But I don't really trust myself with making a sphere shape, not really. Maybe a wooden ball and you could cover that. It won't be 100%, but like the ball will look a lot better than doing it freehand unless you're very skilled with this. Did I mention that I'm obsessed with making gumball machines out of different things? This is one that's a candy holder. The little one looks so cute next to it. The final creation I'm showing you in this video is a rainbow, of course. I took a piece of paper and I drew a template. I actually measured out the lines to make sure that everything was equal, but then I realized that I don't actually have 6 colors of this plastic in pastel. I don't have a pastel orange, so we're just gonna work with 5 colors. And why I started with the blue, I'm not really sure. I guess it's my favorite color out of these, so I decided that we're going to start with it even though it's not at the bottom or the top. It doesn't really matter which order you go in though. Fill in the lines like you see me do here. And after that, move on to the next color and do the same exact thing, making sure that the plastic touches the previous color so that they join. If any of you are familiar with using 3D pens, unless this is just an issue with the 2.0, if the plastic gets too short, then you can't remove it from the pen. So basically, when the plastic gets too short and doesn't stick up from the top, you have to use what's left in the pen. You can't reverse it and take it out. So after every color of the rainbow, I actually went ahead and made the ice cream scoops. So what you're seeing at the beginning of the video, I actually did after each color of the rainbow arches. So that's a tip I have for using up colors when you can't get them out of your pen. But I'm really interested in trying a new 3D printing pen, getting maybe the 3Doodler Pro. I don't know if any of you guys have tried that one yet. I'm in the process of watching YouTube videos of the top 3D printing pens. And if you guys have any suggestions for me on which one I should try next, because let me tell you, the maintenance cover on this pen is not very Sarah friendly. I spent 20 minutes trying to get it back on with the little metal piece and I couldn't even do it. I had to wait for my fiance to get home and use his strength to do this cover. You don't even know what I'm talking about because I didn't show it, but like if you watch my review, you'll see what I'm talking about, I guess. I don't even know if I mentioned it in there because I think it's gotten harder to put back on. And the reason that I had to take the cover off is because it got clogged. Yeah, that's a whole nother mess, but I got it to work again. The final color I did was purple, and after the entire rainbow was complete, I peeled it away from the paper. Again, if you put a little plastic coating like clear packaging tape on, it'll come off without paper stuck to it. After that, I created 2 little cloud shapes for the bottom of the rainbow. So the rainbow is going to sit on these 2 clouds. To attach it, all you have to do is put a mound of white melty plastic on and stick it in and make sure you hold it there for a little bit. Then you want to build up around it so it holds it in place. Repeat this for the other cloud as well, and then you can build up the dimension by just mounding on some white plastic. Now the rainbow will stand on its own. It makes such a cute decor piece. But I do have to let you in on a little secret. Here's the back of it. My clouds are not completely finished because I ran out of white plastic filament. I don't have any left, so once I do get more, I'll just finish that, but you can't see the back anyway. No big deal. Let me know which creation from this video was your favorite. The ice cream cones, the gumball machine, or the beautiful rainbow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. The goal is 10,000 likes on all my videos, and Leo, my kitty cat, is distracting me. Remember to tune in on Sunday if you're interested in seeing my next pages of Wreck This Journal decorated. And also tune in next Friday for another artsy crafty DIY-ish whatever type of video, whatever I feel like posting. And if for some reason you want to know what's going on in my life, you can follow me on social media. I have my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Crafty Amino all linked below. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!